Well, hopefully folks make it over here from the other stream because the other stream I started and had no audio. So it looks like I've got some sound now. So as I sit here and try not to feel embarrassed, hopefully people find their way over here. Hey, welcome. It's Livestream Wednesday. I'm talking to myself, waiting for people to get here. Will people find their way here? I do not know. Lady D, Eric, Keith, if we see Margaret and Chris, I think we will just about have everybody who should have been here before. I had a feeling that for some reason it wasn't going to work today. I was like literally prepared. And so I didn't even get flustered because I just knew there was something about today that just seemed off. But I'm bummed now because I like had the other one all set up and I have like all the stuff and like all of my links and like none of that's in there. So that's what I'm doing this minute while people are getting over here. Oh my gosh, folks, I had a crazy awesome work week in the last week. And I can't wait to tell you about it. I also have some other updates and things that I'm excited to talk to people about. I'm just going to give them a minute to get over here. But while you are waiting, what I would love to hear from all of you is one, like, how are you and how was your week? And what's going on? Like, what do we want to talk about? What is like what it is? Saying hi to the folks in the chat. Thank you for coming over here from my technical difficulties this morning. I see Eric and Keith. There's Margaret. Margaret found me. I've basically just been sitting here waffling, waiting for you to come over here because for some reason, live streaming today it was a slow start. Pete says, have the kids been meddling with the mic? And usually what I do now with this Samsung mic thing is I have been just unplugging it, basically like restarting it before every live stream. And I actually, before I hit stream on the other one, I looked at it and like everything was green. I was like, it's probably good. I probably don't need to worry about that. Turns out I did need to worry about that. And so now, if you get one of these things after you use them for a year or two, they become finicky, temperamental, kind of like me, I suppose, and that they're just need a little bit of love. Maybe that's what it is. Zach, yeah, the other stream, it just didn't work. And so now for the people who went over there and consumed that, I hope they realize that there is this stream over here. I should go delete that other one. I'm going to do that actually really quick before I get going and actually do something substantive here. Delete. I just deleted it. I deleted it. Keith says, I think the might be okay. It could be just the cable. You'd think that, but what happens when you just like reset the mic is that it works. So I don't know. I probably should just get a new cable and then that's the deal. Lady D says, first time on the live stream, only watch replays because traveling full time and it's hard to have unlimited Wi-Fi. And yes, well, welcome, Lady D. I saw your message in the comments of some videos looking for the time and the place and the things. So it's great that you were able to be here. But now that you are here, it'll be incumbent upon you to take advantage, like full advantage of being here for Livestream Wednesday. So tell us about what you're working on. And do you have questions? Like, what brings you here? Because that's part of being in this community is sharing. Sharing is caring. Eric says that he is working hard on his site. I'm slowly recovering from illness. I have a small question for all of you. Something is bugging me. Do you use a SEO plugin, an SEO plugin? I will put it to the chat. Folks, do you use an SEO plugin? And if so, what do you use? I assume that you're talking about an SEO plugin like Rank Math or Yoast or something. I use Rank Math. And I use it primarily to remind me to do a couple of things and also to change the title tags. And I ignore like 3/4 of the recommendations that it recommends. I just use it so that I can remember to do things like change the URL And because it has a little green check marks like, oh, your keyword is in the URL, and that's one of the things that I do. But like I said, 3/4 of the things that it says to do, I just like, whatevs. D says rank math. Joan says, Carl says hello. Koo says around and not late. I know, amazing, right? Well, you guys missed the fact that I started one stream at 10 o'clock straight up and it didn't work. So here we are again, take 2. Pete says, could be a mute problem with the human speaker, not the mic. Pete always coming in there with the zingers. Thanks, Pete. Eric says he saw the Morton YouTube video where he says he doesn't use any. I'm really considering deleting rank math. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. If you know specifically what it is that you need to do for your on page for SEO, I don't think that an SEO plugin is required. I just use it as a reminder, like some structure for me to just remember to do a couple of things, and it makes it easy to do it. There's Alexander. Hey, Alexander, I saw that you commented one of my recent videos, and what I thought was, man, I don't feel like I've talked to that guy in a while. So it's great to see you here. Keith says, while we're waiting, yay, another Google Core update announced earlier. And this is a really tough time to be on my no look November, because I can't like sit there like all day, like what's happening? Like, I don't know. I will admit right now, just because I want to be honest, that No Look November will not be a pure No Look November, because it turns out in October I had applied for Mediavine with my Mega site. And last week I received the tentative approval email, which was great, but it also means that I've had to like get into some of my accounts like technically for things. And also to verify some things. So I did actually view once. So far once this month, since 2 weeks ago, I made it 2 weeks. All right. Without having to look. And I wouldn't have, I promised that I wouldn't have, but for the fact that I had to go in to look for some other business purpose. It wasn't just like me, like, oh, I still haven't put the app back on my phone yet. And I'm not going to, I don't think. But I did verify, like where traffic was at and where earnings were at. And I can say, as of when I looked a couple of days ago, the Mega site will cross, assuming nothing goes sideways, because that could always happen before the end of the month. But the last 30 days, I had crossed $1,000 a month, which is awesome. So that it happened in month 11. My goal was month 12. So I feel pretty good about that. And traffic, unfortunately, if you watch my month 10 video, didn't just bounce back. Yeah, there's some people who were saying, oh yeah, I had a downturn in October and then everything just came back and everything was wonderful and they were dancing in the yard. That did not happen for me. So the site is still down, but I'm assuming that the RPM is up because Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming, and so people are spending more money on advertising. So yay, $1,000 a month. Boo on the whole, like make it to 100,000 page views a month goal. I'm just going to graciously like let it go. Like it will be gone. By the way, if you are sitting in the chat right now and you have not already done so, smash the like button. And I don't think it actually does anything for the YouTube algorithm. It just makes my heart feel fuzzy. That's like really it. I use it to combat the inevitable person who comes in and wants to hit thumbs down on these streams. There's like 300 subscribers on this channel. Like, why do people come over here and hit the thumbs down? Like, there's so many more things that people could be doing in their life, but that. But yes, if you are watching, I guess this was the long way of saying, yes, there was a Google Core update. It is rolling out, I think, as we speak. Then I was going to say, has anybody noticed any changes yet? Has anybody seen any sort of shakeup in their keyword tracking tools or with their Google Analytics or anything? I have no data because I'm not going to look. So I'm relying upon all of y'all to tell me what it is that's going on with them. Let's see. Alexander says, used to be Yoast and then no more. Yeah, I used to use, when I first got started, I used Yoast also, and I do not anymore. Keith says, I use Rank Math for my FAQ snippet stuff. It works a treat and gets me lots of snippets. Let's see. Zach says, my first live stream too, just launched my second site, so I'm trying to get more involved with the community. I will say 100% that community makes a big difference. And I guess if there are other people who are in the chat who are lurking, welcome. You're welcome to lurk, but I always just say, hey, even if you're lurking, just let us know who you are and that you are here. There's actually a lot of people who come to these streams and just sit in the background and work. Like, I don't know, the dulcet tones of my voice, like it's motivated in some way. I have no idea why. But hey, it's always more fun when people just tell us what's going on. That's literally, like, I'm not going to teach anybody anything. So if that's where you're here, is like to get the gold. That's not this stream. We're basically here just to chat at each other and talk with each other and answer questions. So Carl says, sorry, can't be with you. Carl, we're sorry you can't be with us too. But you have to tell us what you're making for tea. Like, seriously, if you could just come on here and let us know what you are cooking, then we will be happy. Syed says, hey, Amelia, hope you're doing good. And I say I am doing fairly well. Not too bad for having gotten like halfway through my content goal for the month. So I made the decision to try and complete the 500 post goal a month early. So that means that I have to do 95 posts this month for the Mega site. And I also wanted to get my fight site content caught up. So I was down 15. So I have 30 posts to do this month. So basically I need to do 125 blog posts this month. And so far I have 65 to go. So I think I'm going to be sitting in this chair a lot next 2 weeks. Pete says, of course, got to be consistent in all things. I'm not saying, yeah, I know what you're saying. Eric says, you will be happy. I deleted my Google Analytics app on my phone. They say if you just go out there in the world and impact like one person, like you have done your job, your thing, you can feel good. And I just feel that moment right there that I have done something positive and it impacted one person. And Eric, please tell me, is it better? Like, is your life better? Because it's weird in the beginning when you can't look at it, but my life is better. You have to just tell me that your life is better, even if it's not, because then I'll feel good. There's Ariel Phoenix. Wow, I feel like have like small celebrities. Like, I love it when other YouTubers that have like reasonably like similar sized channels drop in. Ariel Phoenix is a blogger in our space. I think you've been doing it for like the last year or so, fell into the income school deal. Carl, I think, shared one of your videos on his community page, and that's where I saw your first video. And then I watched a couple of your videos recently talking about blogging. And honestly, what I appreciated in one of the first videos of yours that I saw was that the baby was in the back making noise and you apologized. You're like, oh my goodness, something about the baby. I hope he's not making noise. I'm like, yes, like it's real. Like just be real. I don't know why women feel the need to apologize for the sounds of their children. There's nothing wrong with children making noise, and don't apologize for it. Like, none of the parents in this group should ever have to feel like they have to apologize for their kids being around. Like, I've been on Zoom calls and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry my kid is here. I'm like, I turn the camera up, my kid is over there. My kid is over there drawing on the wall. Don't apologize for that. Anyway, that was a side. Welcome. I think that was what the important thing was. Welcome. Kevin Stats says, Carl forced me to come. Kevin, I don't know why it is you would feel like we would have to like arm wrestle you here. I mean, the whole point of coming here is to just hang out. It shouldn't be too difficult to be social, although maybe it is. I did notice though on your YouTube now, you're showing your face now, which I think is like major progress. Well done. Stuart's, more. So basically we're getting all of Carl's audience is coming over here now. Hey, Stuart, what's going on? Manali, post more on your channel. So here's the thing about this. I used to post a lot more on my YouTube channel, and then 2021 happened. 2021 started, and I decided, because I was telling other people this a lot, like that they needed to focus and stop doing so much crap. And so I had to take some of my own medicine here. And so that is one of the reasons I post so much less infrequently on YouTube, is that I have really been diving into my website stuff And the Miga site is one of those first real, I guess it's the products of that labor. I really focus. So being able to take a site from zero to $1,000 a month in 11 months and display ads for me is pretty good. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was spending more time on YouTube. So I'm happy and like I feel fuzzy and good that you guys miss me on YouTube. But in the meantime, I'm trying to make those dollar bills. That's what I'm doing. Going on. Baller Dash said, "LOL, I thought I was watching a replay." Turns out it's live. Let us know if you have questions. I will kick them to the chat if I don't know the answer, which is frequently. Let's see. Keith says, usually takes 3 or 4 more days before any impact on traffic. And sir, I will politely disagree with you. And I as evidence, as exhibit 1, I will give you the May the 4th update. My experience in the May the 4th update was not a 3 to 4 day delay in traffic. It was pretty much pull a hammer, my site went burp, burp. So, but sometimes it takes 3 to 4 days. And if your site has nothing happen to it on the first day, it doesn't mean that nothing will happen, good or bad. It can take a long time for things to happen. I just had that immediate, like, pull the lever and the elevator. Yeah. Anyway, Adrian says November update will take around 2 weeks to roll out. All right. So I guess everybody will just not look at their phones every day because it won't do anything. It won't matter. Helen, what's going on? Saying hi to Carl for sharing the link to the live stream. Yes, I do have a second channel and I live stream over here. It's actually pretty, I don't want to say confusing. It's just people didn't realize that I had this over here and they thought that I had just stopped streaming on the main channel. And I actually just come over here to talk about websites and all of the rest. So yes, if you're here and you have questions about websites or any topics you want to talk about, please put it in the chat. I will try really hard to get to everybody's comments and say hi to everybody. Chris says, enjoying my lurk. Thank you very much. Chris, you are always welcome to lurk, but I just got to remind you that if something happens in today's stream, like the sound, that I'm going to blame it on you. That's just how it is. Helen says she's lurking. Yes, if you are in the chat right now and working, please just drop in the chat. You say, hey, I'm getting stuff done and I will be so proud of you. I cannot wait to tell everybody how proud I am of you of getting stuff done. Adrian says, at Keith, I actually commented, but it seems my messages didn't go through. I will say, if we're talking about YouTube comments, is that I have been seeing many comments show up and then just they come in and then you go to the video and they're gone. YouTube is, I don't want to say randomly, but maybe I will say it, randomly deleting perfectly good comments. So if you have commented on my videos and you can see the comment, you cannot be guaranteed that I can see the comment because in many instances I cannot. And it sometimes just gets deleted. I don't know. Joanne says, just started, new to all this, added Ezoic, earned 33 cents. Oh my God, so excited. This minute right now, I wish I had sound effects because you are like well on your way to making that first dollar a day. I mean, there's the first dollar, but then there's the first dollar a day. And that, I swear that's like the most enjoyable moment of a brand new website. So I'm instead going to give you the Amelia Gardner pat on the back and just pretend that it comes through the internet to you. People are saying hi. Anthony, Tortoise Cashflow. Man, I have been super jazzed by your YouTube game lately, I just want to say. And if you guys are not subscribed to Tortoise Cashflow, Anthony has 1,000 subscribers, but he needs another like 2,000 watch hours in 12 months to get to monetization. So we've got to help Anthony get to being monetized. And one of the really great ways you can do that is actually just go and hit play all on his videos and just let them play in the background while you work, and it will just make a difference. So I'm not saying to game the system at all. I would say consume all of Anthony's content. I think that would be an excellent idea to do. Pete says, Chris believes he can lurk with the long neck of a giraffe. Well, let's just take advantage of Chris's branding with the giraffe and get that in your mind. Keith says, okay, someone is seriously taking the piss now with the thumbs down. You know what? It happens every time. And sometimes people do it because they think they're funny. And sometimes people come over here because they like to hit the thumbs down. And luckily, because I've been doing this now so many years, I no longer have a heart or feel any of those things. I mean, I do, but it doesn't bug me as much as it used to. It used to really bug me. I was like, somebody doesn't like me. It's terrible. Now I'm like, well, they still don't like me. It's probably the same guy or gal, and good for them, or not, whatever. Side says my, oh man, it scrolled ahead. I'm going back. Oh goodness, I'm so far. Okay. Side says my site is into the third month, 70 articles published. Well done, because 70 articles in the first 3 months is a great start. It says no backlinks. I'm getting about 100 users this month. Should I be worried? No. Any suggestion for the way forward? Keep doing what you're doing. Seriously, just keep doing what you're doing. By the third month, there is no way to tell from what traffic is going on in the third month what's going to be happening at month 6. I really think at this point right now, the more content you have, the better. It depends on the niche, right? Like it's so niche dependent, but it seems like Google is rewarding sites that are deeper on a specific topic. So you could maybe pick out 2 or 3 of like the lowest competition keywords in the world, and you think, okay, there's nobody else ranking for these, and I'll just write like 5 posts, and I should be able to get traffic because there are no other websites in the world targeting these keywords. And I still don't think Google will send you that much traffic because you don't really have a whole lot of other content making you any sort of an authority on that. So you say, oh, isn't 70 articles enough? I say, well, if you wrote all 70 articles about fence posts, maybe. But if you wrote articles about, I'm looking out the window, by the way, at the fence in my backyard. There's fence posts and fence boards and like fence, like footings and, the, all of the things. Like, I really think that there's this group effort of the articles all supporting the other. So this is the long-winded way of saying, I think you're doing a great job. And I think you should keep doing that great job and stop worrying about how much traffic you're seeing. Let's talk about it in 3 more months. All right. Let's talk about it maybe at the end of month 6. Come back after writing another 100 articles and say, okay, here's what I have. Here's what I see. And then we can start troubleshooting what's going on. Right now, 3 months, there's not enough information for us to really know what's going on. D says, even with outsourcing, how are you going to get all of that published? I don't know. I have no idea. I've got to get 50 more outsourced posts and I've got to write another 15. And I don't know. And you see the little dark circles under my eyes. My guess is they will be even darker. Let's just blood and sweat and tears. That's how. Lady D, thank you for telling us a bit about yourself. She says, I'm assuming Lady D is a lady just because of the lady name, but if not, let me know. My site is 2 years old, isn't in English, only 30 articles. Just joined Ezoic 2 weeks ago with 10,000 page views. Now I need to write the articles. And I would say, yes, 2 years old is a great place to be in. And I also think that having a site that's not in English is also a great place to be in because those many of those areas, those niches in other languages are not that competitive. So you could potentially, I'm not the expert on this, but you could maybe take on a topic that in English you would have a really hard time ranking for, but because you could do it well in another language because you speak that other language, it could go much better. So I would love to know how things are going when you have maybe 100 posts, because then we would really get to see how well the site will do when you have more content. Boz, what's going on? Thanks for dropping in. Ariel says, yeah, thanking Carl. And yes, I think that you should keep making videos and keep working on your websites. I am shocked what you were able to do in year 1. I'm just kind of wondering though, like, what if you had only worked on one site? And this is what Chris is always telling me, because I'm like spread out way too far. So I think you have what, 5, 6, 7 handful of sites that you worked on in year 1. You say, okay, what could I do if I just focused on one? And where would that be? And so I'm wondering what you think about how being spread out and what the plan is being so far spread out. Keith says, saying to Lady D, it's great that she's monetized for Q4 ad earnings at the highest time of the year. It might take a while for the EPMVs to ramp up. Yes. Yes. And actually, I will kick this to the chat then. What do you think? So I recently got the tentative approval from Mediavine for the Amiga site. And I went through and we've gotten through all the, by the way, I can't wait to do a video about the like process of going from tentative approval to like signing the Mediavine contract, because that was kind of hilarious and sort of comedy of what the what. And so now they are handing me over to the launch team. So here's, I want to know your opinions. Thanksgiving is next week, and then Black Friday, obviously, and Cyber Monday. If they wanted to launch ads maybe by the end of this week or early next week, what do you think? You think I should wait? I think I should wait. Do you guys think I should wait? Let me know in the chat what you think, because we know that when you switch to any ad network, there's going to be a time where the site might be down or ads might be off, or then they start to like, I don't know, optimize. Like, I hate the word optimize, but they start running and then get an idea of what the RPM should be, and usually not in a good way for a site that's new on the network. So what do you think? Should I wait? Should I wait until December, or should I just pull the trigger on it and like, let's do it? So I need opinions are great. I would like them. Eric said life is better. Oh, all right. I'm like the digital high five, like, ah. He says that his life is better. He installed the Google app, the Google Analytics app 2 months ago, and the app is not helping at all. I checked this. Yeah, just get it off your phone. Get it out of your life. That's what I say. Kevin Stat says, it's all good. I joke around a lot. Graham, what's going on? Let us know how it's going. Graham, you look like you have been working a ton lately, and I want to know how your month is as far as getting to your goals. Tell me. I need to know. Dee says, speaking of voiceovers, has anybody used a good voiceover software? I want to create some videos for one of my sites with no voice and no face and voiceovers. I have not, so I will kick it to the chat. And what are people's recommendations for it? My good friend John Davis is on YouTube. He actually makes a lot of videos about no face, no voice. I'm actually curious to see, and I really feel like in the last couple of days, he put out a video about like voice changing software. And so now I want to go see if I can find it, because yeah, John Davis, change your voice, talk to text, speech software for YouTube videos. I'm going to share that in the chat because John is a good friend of mine and he's the guy, like he's the guy. We'll see if it actually allows me. Will it allow me to post links to my own, yeah, it put it down there. All right. So it's down there. That's my contribution to that, is my friend John Davis makes videos about making videos without your voice and your face. So there. Oh, scrolling ahead. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm lost. Syed says, when should I monetize site with Ezoic? Should I wait until at least 1,000 visitors a month? Folks, what is your opinion? For me, I don't wait, because I don't think that putting Ezoic on a site when it's early hurts it at all. And I like to use the this early time to get data from the visitors who are coming through, like which of the pages are valuable and which keywords are valuable, and how long are they staying on the page, and just stuff that you can get in big data analytics that you wouldn't otherwise. But some people are like, oh, I would never do that. Ezoic is so terrible for growth and traffic, and I just personally haven't seen that myself. I was using Leave with the Mega site, and yeah, like the Mega site was a site I put ads on at 6 weeks when there was almost no traffic, and it didn't hurt me. But other people will disagree. Some people will start a site and then not put any ads on until they can apply to a different network. I don't think it hurts, but I would love to hear what other people think about it. Eric says, I currently have the squirrel syndrome. Tempted to start a new website. I'm planning on starting one in January as well. So if you want to wait and launch in 2022, then let's go together. We can be distracted by squirrels together. Keith says, okay, I changed my answer to depends. Oh, Carl, he says, I'm offline a lot at the moment. We had a bereavement in my close family. Carl, I'm really sorry to hear that. Taking some time out to care for my children. Totally understand. You should not feel guilty for not being able to be here at all. We are your friends and we understand. But he also did manage to let us know that he made a pork and apple casserole for tea. Thank you for sharing. My life is now complete. Pete says, apply when you like, no limits as far as I know. There are no limits. And in fact, if you would like to use a link to join Ezoic Access now, if there's one in the description of this video, it's my affiliate link. Zach says, as far as the impact of a Google update, he says it depends. An update rolls out over a couple of weeks, and some get hit immediately. I've had both of those things happen to me. So Andy, what's going on? Thanks for dropping in. Andy, I don't know your story. I don't know if you're working on websites or whatever else, but that's the deal. If you're going to come to the live stream, I would love to know more about you, and so would everybody else, because that's what makes this more of a community than me just talking at y'all. And I really think that like most of the people in the chat know more about me, know more than me. They don't know that much about me. More than me about websites. So the chat is a great place to get feedback or thoughts or information or opinions. Eric says, yes, all my YouTube comments are deleted. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is a beast, and I try not to worry about it. D says, congrats to Carl for selling out so quick. Yeah, Carl, I heard that he had run a like a limited order for keyword care, and it sold out almost immediately, which is awesome. Congrats. Let's see. Soren says, so sorry, but I've been looking at Google Analytics every day. I thought we were not going to look. He says, but somehow it didn't have anything to do with traffic. Fair enough. I wonder if looking twice a day will boost the page views. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so funny. Kevin Stat says, I'm 356 watch hours away, slow and steady. Well, there is another YouTube channel, folks, if you want to follow someone who is a growing YouTuber who posts about making websites and all the rest. He's almost to monetization, which is actually awesome because you got there so much faster than I did. So much faster than I did. There's Sue. I think Sue's been in the chat for a while because I'm really far behind on the comments. I'm having fun, though, talking to everybody. So eventually I will get there. I promise. Anthony says, yeah, thanks for that. These watch hours are tough to get with only one video posted per week, especially when your video is short. So if you think about it, if you posted a video that was long, that was an hour long, you know, it would help rack up those hours because you probably get the same viewers, like the same people who would watch your 7-minute video would also watch your 60-minute video. Just saying. Let's see, I'm scrolling. Eric says, after 4 months, I did some serious interlinking. Most of my posts are now indexed by Google. And when I check Google Analytics, I see steady growth. I now just focus on the content on page. So there's been a lot of talk about the value of interlinking and how you do or do not need interlinking. And some people say that it is critical to keeping, to get posts into the index and then to maintain them. And other people say, whatever, it's like the latest fad thing. I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of December working on the interlinking thing, on the interlinking beast, but I honestly don't have a really great opinion one way or another. I don't see data specifically between articles that are even like completely orphaned versus articles that have a lot of interlinks that it necessarily matters one way or another whether those articles get into the index and stay in there. For me, I feel like the articles that happen to be part of a in-depth topic cluster that I've already written about seems to be more important. So if I have like 10 or 15 articles that are already on one specific topic and I write another article, even if I don't remember to do the links, or I'll do the links later, but it's already related to that topic, that URL seems to pop up sooner in my SERP robot, even though, I mean, regardless of what Google says, and then stays in there longer. Like it doesn't bounce around near as much. So I just think right now I'm just like really high on focusing on topical relevance more than just about anything else. Eric says, I think about deleting rank math from my plugins, and I say, yeah, I don't worry about it too much. Ariel says, will you hire a VA at any point, Amelia? That is a great question because in the last year or two, I have been adamant when I was like, no, I would not. I don't want to have contractors or employees or you know, or help because it sounds complicated. But 4 or 5 months ago, I also said that I was not going to outsource any content or or have any help. I was going to do it all myself. So the answer right now is I have no plans. In the future, I'm on this slippery slope of like getting help. So the answer will probably be yes. Check back with me in 6 months and we can go back and look at this conversation and I'll discover how much I have grown and changed since then. Emil says he's going to play tennis. Have fun, Emil. Hopefully we will have something interesting for you to catch on the replay. Let me know how things are going. Ariel says, I am definitely spread thin. You do have a lot of sites, but in a good way. And I did think about that when I've looked at how many I had published, but I've learned so much. It was a little bit like niche site college. Yes, well, I mean, you don't, at this point, at least to my knowledge, in the schools that I've been to, there isn't this business. There's not a degree path or degree course, even though it seems like it should be. So, going back to the Mediavine question, Andy says he thinks I should wait until after Black Friday, Cyber Monday to launch ads with Mediavine. That's what I'm leaning towards, but it'd just be nice to have it like done, right? Like just to be done. Sue says wait. Zach says wait. Kevin says I'm the wrong person to ask. Oh man, what happens to me is I'm scrolling through the links is eventually they refresh and it drops me to the bottom, and so then I'm lost. So it gives me a minute to get back. Joanne says I think you should wait and roll out in January of 2022. D says, does Mediavine have the same 12-week AI period as Ezoic? If so, wait until after Boxing Day. I don't think it's 12 weeks. I think that it's generally, and other folks who have moved sites over to Mediavine can say, but it's my understanding it is a couple of weeks where it spends time learning, but I don't think it's as long as 12 weeks. I think it's less than a month is what I would say, but I think it is more than a week. It is more than the time I would have between now and Thanksgiving. And I haven't even gotten a launch date back from them or like anything about scheduling. So, as the days click by, like the window is like slowly going like that. Anthony says, I wouldn't make any big changes like that right now. Pete says, I think they're going to launch you like a rocket. He says, so there's a vote for just do it. Strap in for the bumpy ride. Eric says, I would suggest you wait just a little in case the switch to Mediavine does not go smoothly. Yeah, I'm conservative too. I totally get that. Adrian says, for an ad company, it usually takes 2 to 4 weeks for RPM to stabilize. I would wait. Marika says, Mediavine, woohoo. Yep, this is the first website that I have applied with that has been accepted by Mediavine. I have applied with another site before for Mediavine that did not get accepted and has never gone into another ad company. It's just been on straight AdSense, which is probably one of the reasons I currently neglect it right now. Kevin Stats says you can hire people on Fiverr to do voice pretty cheap for $5 a video. Totally. Peak says, I agree with Zach. Don't switch ad networks in Q4 unless it's not generating much revenue. I don't know. It's so tempting, everyone. It's just like so tempting to. I mean, what if it's better? What if even in the switch that the RPM is even a couple dollars better? Maybe it wouldn't reach the peak of where it would be if I had switched maybe at the beginning of October, but it still could be better. Right now, I haven't checked the EPMB for the mega site since the end of October, and it was only around between $14 and $15. So even if it were bumped to like $18, maybe that's still not like, like a clickbait thumbnail worth, but it could still be better. Just saying. Let's see. Pete says, enjoy your collabs with the 41,000 portfolio guys unloaded. I didn't realize that that he had done a collab, the passive income, the passive income guys, passive income unlocked, those guys. Joan says, don't wait. Chris says, I have a site with 70,000 page views a month and I still haven't monetized it. Well, what are you going to do, Chris? What? Pete says, Chris must be rich already. Kevin says, I'm done making sites. I have about 8 sites and no more. I won't allow it, I hope. D says, Mega 2022, let's do it. T-shirts. So here's the thing. For starting a new site in 2022, I want to give it a different code name because people will still have their Mega sites. Like I'm always going to refer to the 2021 site as my Mega site. So if I go Mega 2, like It's confusing. So we need to come up with a new name. We talked a little bit about it last week, and most of the ideas were jokes about Joe Biden. So I was saying I'm still kicking around, giving it some like random, like totally off the wall name. Like Sasha Yanshin named his project Project Pineapple, just so that it would be something that really sticks out, like generates curiosity and so something. I was looking at my notes here, and I also wanted to just shout out and see if anybody with SiteGround had their sites de-indexed in the last week or two, and wondering how that played out for them. I have a couple of sites on SiteGround, and I didn't notice any drama until like 2 days ago, and I had an error in coverage, and it was noted for one URL only, but it noticed a server error or hosting error, like, but I never saw well, I haven't been able to watch traffic all that well, but I'm just wondering sometimes if that downturn in October was the result of SiteGround messing with me. I don't know. I don't know. Did anybody else have trouble, and what was the solution for it? I was talking to other people about it, and they said that they thought they were protected from the SiteGround de-indexing because of having Cloudflare and having some external CDN that could continue to deliver the content. So I'm just wondering what's up with that. He says, asking Chris about going straight to AdThrive. Um, Chris says he is shooting for AdThrive. Anthony says it just sold another site. Woo! Was that a good thing? Did you get the money that you wanted for it? When are you going to make a video about it? Down to only 4 sites. Let's see. Yes, everybody wants the video. Anthony wants to know why not Ezoic. That is a great question. Dee says, oh, yeah, Anthony should have announced to everybody that he was going to sell because people missed out, would have wanted it. Let's see. Keith says, I'm 4 subs away from 700 on YouTube and planning to reach that on the weekend. Folks, if you have not subscribed to Keith Minted Empire, he's also a YouTuber who makes excellent videos with excellently clickbaity thumbnails and great content in them. And he also has a newsletter, which I dabbled with last year and I failed utterly. So Keith is going to do it way better than me. I cannot do so many things. Pete says a fully grown YouTuber as opposed to a non-fully grown YouTuber. I'm still in the growth phase. I'm still getting there. Oh, there's Stiggs bringing in his capital letters to school us on what's up. He says, Kevin, I'll set up my old laptop with all your videos and a playlist on a loop. We'll get him there in no time, but he needs subscribers, so I don't think that will help. But you could set that up for Kevin's stats because he needs watch hours and so does Anthony. Just saying. Kevin says, don't forget, I'm a full-time YouTuber. The reason I'm getting there so fast is that this will be my 4th monetized channel, although it doesn't seem fast when going through it. Well done. Still, I think it's great that you're making videos on this and participating in our community. Let's see. Chris says one of the reasons he chose not to go with Ezoic is that he heard an interview with the Mediavine CEO saying that doing that hurts RPMs in the long run. I messed up listening to them clearly. Well, maybe not. Maybe you'll get into AdThrive and you'll knock it out of the park and it'll be amazing. You know, it's decisions like we learn as we go. Graham says things are going well. Had my first $20 day. Well, you had a $20 day? Really? That is amazing. Well, because you joined Ezoic Premium. You said I'm technically paying for the increase, but still nice. But still, like it really feels like things are happening when you're making $20 a day with your site. That's awesome. Anthony says, I mentioned it in an income report. I didn't dedicate a video. Yeah, I missed it because I haven't been able to keep up with all of the videos that everybody produces in our community, which are amazing. I just catch them when I can. And then sometimes I listen to them out of one ear while I'm frantically trying to do something else. So I'm doing my best here, but I still think it's awesome that you sold a site. Anthony says, Mediavine should have said that people who go to Ezoic might settle in and not switch to Mediavine. Stick says that Anthony's video was great, which was awesome. Pete's asking why it is that Mediavine rejected the site. Did I somehow get off? I'm still talking. Oh my goodness, man, traffic. So people are saying that the site is. I'm still here. I'm still here. So for some people, they are saying that they can't see me anymore and that the stream is finished. I'm still here, so I don't know what's up. I can see though this was probably 10 minutes ago and I'm still just catching up. Oh my. All right. I'm getting caught up again. I'm getting caught up. Here I am. Um, let's see. Asking about why Mediavine rejected Chris's site. Site's only 8 months old. It didn't have any socials or author boxes or images, so I'm fixing all that now. Um, I don't know. I feel like it just sometimes depends on the whim of the person who is handling the process. So as much as we can all learn from it, that's important. I will say that my initial application with Mediavine was tentatively approved, and then in the application process with the Google Ad Manager, um, Google Ads rejected me. Pete says I'm still everything is good. Sorry, I just was distracted in the chat. No, so it said that my that the Mega site was rejected by Google, even though it had been previously approved by AdSense and had been running ads with Google Ad Manager, and they had a problem with the navigation. And so I was left feeling very sort of lost as to what actually to do. And so I was like creating this like major action plan because it said something about navigation, potentially about maybe the menus or the content on the page being not relevant or misleading. And I was making a plan. And one of the first things I did was strip all the ads off of the homepage. And then while I was in the process of developing the plan, the Mediavine rep resubmitted it to Google Ad Manager and it approved it. So I don't know. I don't know if what I did was something that fixed it or if nothing fixed it. And so I don't know. It's capricious. Andy said, I just quit my job this year to work on my websites more. God, that is a high five to you, new friend. Well done. Took me 4 years to get to that point since I started making websites. Yes, I am in year 4 as well. This is my 4th year. But it just goes back to the expectations of people who are just coming into this business where they think, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to retire early. But most people, even when they start making money with sites, don't retire because there's just so much more work to do. And it's hard to leave that security. So, congratulations. This is a big deal. Let's see. Pete says, I've heard Mediavine disliked sites under 1 year. I slid one in for that was when I applied, it was 10 months old. It was in October, so 10 months old. Andy says, I also have a small drop shipping eBay business and do freelance gardening, which is 3 to 4 hours a day. So what you're saying is you're busy. Yes, I get that. Okay, I'm getting into Helen's problems. We already resolved that. It said, so not 100% from my websites, but I still have hit $1,000 3 times in the last 6 months. Yes, that is awesome and well done. Let's see. Is my 56K modem acting up? Oh, my buffering. Soren says, wouldn't shifting distract you from getting to 500 articles? Squirrel, stay focused. Well, there is nothing. Well, I'm not going to say nothing because the universe will serve that up on a platter, but I'm going to get to 500 articles by the end of this month. I'm just putting it out there. It's going to happen. I might have to stay up. I may have to write them myself, but I'm going to get 50 more articles done in the next 2 weeks or else. I'm just saying. I'm going to be tired, but it's going to happen. Let's see. Andy says, site started 5 years ago, but only worked on and off for 3 years, just about to hit 200 articles with 50 being in the last 6 months and around 16,000 visitors per month. Use this person does not exist.com. Make Amelia great again. Has a ring to it. Well, Pete, Amelia would have had to have been great at some point in the past. And I'm not sure when that was. So I'm just saying. Project Flamingo. Great. Okay. Great thumbnail title. So like something that has a really great graphic, and that is a really good idea. That is really the double juice project. Kevin says, back to my SiteGround point, it says, no issues on SiteGround for me. It was a login issue for 5 minutes yesterday, but that was worth it. That was worth it. That was it. Yeah, there were other people who were saying that their sites got basically completely de-indexed and lost a bunch of rankings, and they feel like, even though things are back to normal, that they are not back to where they were before. So there's Jay. What's going on? Helen says she dislikes SiteGround, waiting for my 3 years to expire, and will probably go with Phil. Jay says, wait, SiteGround what? Yeah, SiteGround, there's some server error that caused the de-indexing of some pages or even full sites, I heard. And I guess the error was caught and fixed up, but some people like checking their Google Search Consoles and finding that some or a lot or all of their articles were not indexed or could not be indexed. So even when you go to index them, it would bring up the red, like this URL could not be indexed. Keith says, thanks for the great shout out. I'm totally winging it. Well, welcome to YouTube. I think all of us are winging it. Chris says he likes the idea of Project Flamingo. I sense a consensus coming up here. And I'm going to have to look for flamingo graphics. Oh, Jay-Z, John, where have you been? We got started almost an hour ago and you're just dropping in. We missed you. Folks had to refresh, but found the stream. Everybody's good. Keith says, just crossed 700 subscribers. Thanks for the shout out. I'm like, yes, that's right. It's like the Colbert bump, right? But it's the Amelia bump, the Amelia Gardner bump. I make things happen. That's right. Oh, Stiggs just bought a site and Ezoic rejected it for scraped content. Oh, didn't catch it. So what will you do? Will you try to rewrite the content? What will you do? Get some Jarvis to get some work to see if you could spin something else out of it so that you could like legitimately apply again? Eric says, go get those 500 articles. And I say, just watch me. That should be my like t-shirt, my emblem. Ooh, speaking of t-shirts, look what I got in the mail. Alex isn't here because Alex apparently has COVID, but yep. And Chris right here, just don't drool. This is my free t-shirt. It arrived in the mail yesterday. I've got my new Eagle t-shirt. I cannot wait to wear it. So thank you, Alex. I love winning stuff. And if you guys want to win shirts or mugs, go check out Alex WP Eagle stream. He gives away all kinds of stuff. He's like way better about that than I am. Joanne says, I have to increase my content. And I think that regardless of where you are in this, the answer is always that. Like I'm doing 20 posts a month. Like, how do I get to 30? And I'm doing 30. How do I get to 50? And how do I get to 100? And so on. I'm officially an influencer. Dreams, check the box. Devin says, hey guys, I'm going to test a new way of getting views on a new site. Using traffic from LinkedIn. I really do think that if you can get early traffic that's not Google traffic from any source, that it will help. Say whether or not you believe in the sandbox. I think that Google, when you have analytics installed, is logging like the behavior on the site and seeing that people are coming to the site and staying longer on the site. And I don't have any like objective evidence that this is the case. But anytime I've had a site that had any sort of social footprint that pushed traffic to the site sooner, those sites seem to gain momentum sooner. That's all I'm saying. So I would love to hear how that plays out for you, Devin. And if you see that it helps the site grow more soon. I did not drink enough coffee this morning, you guys. I'm struggling. Let's see. Amelia has been an influencer for at least 2 years now. Yes, but apparently I'm such an influencer that people are only realizing it just now. Kevin says, I really want a mug one day. You just have to keep going to the live streams, and eventually your dreams will also be realized like mine were. Mugs and t-shirts. Yeah, well, my t-shirt will say, just watch me. I think, and it totally makes sense for YouTube, right? Because that's what people do. Like I get on here and do my song and dance and wear onesies, and then people watch me. D says, I'm waiting for the minted. Well, absolutely. We've been waiting for Keith's merch for a while because I totally want a shirt with Keith's face, like just right there, because I think that would be hilarious to wear. Oh my goodness, folks. I see it's the top of the hour. I'm sorry that we had technical difficulties getting started. I'm going to check my to-do list to make sure I talked about everything that I wanted. Ooh, before we go, I wanted to ask people for any feedback for the podcast appearance that I went on the Doug show. Doug said that he wasn't going to put it out until the end of the month or so, and then he snuck it out. And so he snuck it out before I could even get my month 10 video update made because I actually told like traffic and stats. Ooh, D, by the way, did you email me so that we can have our like Zoom meeting? Sarah was supposed to have emailed me for something and I never saw her email. And so I just want to make sure stuff is getting to me. But I just wanted to point out that that interview with Doug is out there. The link is in the description. So if you haven't checked it out on YouTube, I would definitely appreciate it because I like hearing people's feedback, especially when I started talking about more substantive, like technical-ish things, and that's never really been I've never been super confident about being like, I'm not going guru. I promised that I would not go full guru, but talking more about information and it's like this ongoing battle with imposter syndrome. So the more people that can go and watch it and just come back and reflect, like, yes, like technically that was on point, that was right, versus almost like getting there. So for those of you who have watched the interview and have come back and brought feedback back, I really appreciate it. It does really help me a lot as I develop some speaking skills, especially in this niche. And I think I put the link in the description of this video. I tried. Joanne says the podcast was good. Marika said the podcast was good. Yep, it was good. And that video with Doug is how I found the second channel. Yes, well, it's like this is a secret channel. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, then you're missing out. But I really don't put it out there that much because it's just so much more enjoyable to talk to friends. Like, cheers. That's what it is. Like, cheers. Ariel says the interview was good. Andy says he related to you a lot in the interview. Yeah, I was trying really hard to be as real as possible. I recently listened to another video one of our colleagues did, and the guest said over and over, like, if you do this, like, you will win, or things like, these are the ways to win. And I'm like, I don't know if the ways I do things will make you win. I just know that I did this and this is what happened. And it could go sideways any minute from now. So trying not to be like this overarching, like, this is the way, because there are a lot of ways that it can work. It doesn't always have to be my way. Pete says, the t-shirt should say needs more coffee with an arrow pointed straight up at my face. Maybe my face as a Halloween costume next year. Not even for Halloween, I would just wear it in the stream. If you had like an actual Keith mask made, I would wear it during a whole stream. I would just pretend Keith for and D has not emailed me yet. Well, there's no rush. There's no hurry. I'm just saying that whenever you're ready, we can make it happen. Oh, you're not going to come, Chris? He's asking if Chris is going to come to affiliate gathering. Chris said he's not going to be there and he's sure he'll have massive FOMO. Well, who am I going to hang out with? I don't know anybody else. Chris, you were supposed to be there so I would have somebody to like stand next to and feel anxious next to. Oh, Pete, that was nice of you to say that the interview was the best ever. Well, I hope that the interview coming out on Spencer's podcast, the Niche Pursuits, is at least the equivalent of that. I will feel like maybe I've like reached my peak, and then going on the Niche Pursuits podcast, which should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I hope that's at least equivalent of it. Eric says, like the interview, I like, yeah, Eric, yeah, Kyle Roof. Just go, yeah, don't learn SEO from me. Go watch Kyle Roof and then come back and tell me what you learned. Cheers, where everybody knows your name. D says, I liked it when you told Doug that he wasn't smarter than you. Did I say that? Oh, God. Did I say that? Oh my God. Did I say that? Oh, my God, I'm super embarrassed now. Did I say that? I feel like I black out when I do these interviews, everybody. Oh my God, did I say that? Oh God. Oh no. Well, I feel like that should be the clip, like like a short, like the greatest hits of 2021. Oh my God. It was almost as good as you telling Matt Diggity that you didn't know who he was. Yes, well, I feel like at least I was excused for telling Matt Diggity that I didn't realize he was a big name in SEO, because the first time I got cold DM'd by Matt Diggity and I literally had no idea who he was. I thought he was just some random marketer who had friended me on Facebook who was trying to give me stuff because he wanted my email. He's like, "I've got something for you. Could you send me your email?" And I was like, "Sure, you want my email? Let me send it to you." But turns out he was actually somebody legit. Oh my gosh. John says he's got his ticket for affiliate gathering. Yes, if you would like to buy a ticket for affiliate gathering, my affiliate link is in the description. Now that I know that Chris isn't coming, I need somebody to hang out with. Oh my goodness. Yes. Everybody will be no, I will not be fine if you are not there, Chris. I'm sorry. I like you dropped this bomb on me that you and Talon aren't going to come, and now I'm kind of sad and shocked. Actually, I was looking forward to meeting your lady. That's all. Reddit Phil is supposed to be coming. That will help, but it's not going to be good enough. I'm going to be bugging you now from now until May to buy a plane ticket. Meeting celebrities. Yes, well, it will be cool to meet Ricky from Jim and Ricky. I've been looking forward. I'm hoping that I'll have a chance to meet Ricky. That'll be fun. Let's see. Devin says, "I'll let you know how it goes. I'm in the YMYL." Yes, this Doug interview sounds great. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna be able to finish this live stream. I'm so embarrassed that I said that. It's something I would totally say, but I'm still embarrassed. I'll bring a t-shirt with my face for you. You asked for it. I really hope that you're not, because if you say you're going to do something, I firmly believe that you should do it, like 100%. So Zach says he would love to come, but can't justify the costs. Other people laughed. Yes. Well, I'll basically laughed and cried now. I've laughed so hard I cried because, and Fix will probably make an interview out of it, or a video. Yes. Well, I earned it. I cannot believe I said that. Goodness gracious. Back to Stiggs' website. He said Copyscape didn't catch it. AdSense didn't catch it. Yeah. The best burns are unintended. And he says he's in the John Dykstra community and we were meeting for food and drinks the night before. I live in York. That helps. Ricky from Jim and Ricky. That's how I know them. I'm like, I don't even know Ricky's last name. Like Ricky, like I guess income school Ricky. Like Chris says, if affiliate gathering were in Spain, I've been there in a heartbeat. So 2023 would maybe if we can convince Carl to make it more exotic. I did not say that. And it might be my last time on the Doug Show. A $2,000 plane ticket. Yeah. All right, folks, it's top of the hour. I've got 50 blog posts to put up in the next 2 weeks, and I'm sure that everybody else has work to do. So I am planning next Wednesday is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. For those of us who celebrate such a holiday, I will be here. So I expect if y'all can make it to be here with us as well. Maybe the Niche Pursuits podcast interview will have dropped by then, and maybe I will have embarrassed myself enough to make my live stream entertaining. Folks, thank you so much for being here. For those of you who came over from Carl's Discord, thank you, Carl, for sharing this. I hope that that you were able to enjoy at least some of this or laugh with us during this difficult time. And everybody else, I look forward to hearing about all the work that you managed to get done between this Wednesday and next. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. All right.